In the controversial new movie Zero Dark 30, Chris Pratt plays a Navy SEAL sent to find Osama bin Laden.
So, Patrick, be honest with me. You really believe this story? I mean, no offense, I know, but Osama bin Laden? Yeah. What part convinced you?
Her confidence.
Yeah.
Maya, I wanted you to hear it first.
You know anything we talked about?
It's gonna happen.
When?
Tonight.
Good luck.
It's a long way from his most familiar role as the lovable and goofy Andy Dwyer on the hit sitcom Parks and Recreation. Chris Pratt is with us here this morning. Good morning, Chris. Thanks
Good morning.
for being here.
You were just checking out our beautiful set, right?
Yeah, this is great. This is really great.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, congratulations on the movie.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. It's a good one. It's very intense and
It's definitely intense. And you actually went through some training to play the part of the Navy SEAL.
yes, yeah. You know, these guys are in incredible shape and really fit, and they're true warriors. And so we got a tiny taste of what they go through, but it was nothing compared to what the real SEALs go through in real life.
Well, what kind of training did you have to do?
We had to do a long ocean swim in incredibly cold water with no wetsuit, and we, took a shot at their obstacle course, and,
How'd you do?
oh man, they were like, God, are you sure you want to be on Parks and Rec? Because we need more Navy SEALs, and no, I'm terribly. I definitely would be slowed the Navy SEALs down.
You were in Moneyball before, and you joked about how, when you were getting in shape for that you took hip hop abs, so you didn't.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Hip hop abs is very difficult, not quite as difficult as
being Navy
SEAL team training. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about the movie.
Sure.
You play a Navy SEAL. Take us sort of behind the scenes. I mean, as you were preparing for this role, what surprised you about the raid? What did you learn that you didn't know before?
I think so much of the raid and the mission was classified. So to find out some of the elements, and I don't want to spoil it, but it didn't go as well as we think. We know that Osama bin Laden was killed in the raid, and so that to us equals a successful raid, but it didn't go off without a hitch. And despite the fact that we know what happens at the end of this movie, it's really interesting to see how it happened, and how it happened really surprised me.
I mean, you talked about it being intense, and for me, that was the most intense part of the film. Is you going in there at night. It's very dark. It's hard to watch. It's clear just in watching it, you're trying to figure out what's going on. And you shot this in Jordan.
Yeah.
And what was that experience like?
It was pretty incredible. I was really surprised to see that they named a country after the great basketball star. I didn't know that, and the NBA was big in the region. But no, it was insane. It was insane. And as a kid, I grew up playing Army in the Woods, and this was really very fun. And I got to hang out with 20 or so dudes. There was a lot of hard work, but also a lot of camaraderie and drinking and fist fighting, and it was the kind of thing every actor dreams of doing, a role like this, and it was great.
You're actually from a military family, right?
Well, there are many members of my family that have been in the military. I wouldn't call us necessarily a military family, but a lot of, my brother was in the Army, and I've got a lot of cousins and nephews that serve.
And after playing in this role, did you gain sort of a greater respect about just what the Navy SEALs and other members of the military had to go through in order to carry out this raid?
Absolutely, yeah. That's the thing is not only just this raid, but what happens on a day-to-day basis, the sacrifice that these men and women make around the world. And as many jokes as I make, the one thing that was really important to me doing this movie was to make sure that I didn't do anything to embarrass the men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces. I support the troops. I think about them a lot, and they sacrifice so much for us, and the SEAL team sacrifice so much, and they do it without wanting movies like this to be made. They don't do it because there are going to be movies made about it. They do it because someone has to do it, and Yeah, I forgot what the question was, but that's
There's-
disappointing.
well,
So I'm
there is-
really appreciative.
there
of
is some,
military. Yeah.
There has been some criticism of the film because it begins with a series of fairly intense torture scenes, which you weren't involved in. But I'm just
Right.
curious. I mean, how do you feel? Catherine Bigelow, the director, when she was on here, said she felt those had to be portrayed in the film. How do you feel about that?
Wow, I mean, yeah, this is a film that's based on first-person accounts of what happened, and that element has definitely stirred up some controversy. I'm curious. I think I need to see the movie about 3 or 4 more times before I can really judge it. And honestly, that's what I recommend every American do: see the film 3 or 4 times.
A salesman. That may explain how you were 19 years old, homeless, living in a van in Hawaii, and now look where you are.
And now I'm here with you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt, thank you.
Yeah,
Zero
thank you.
Dark 30 is in some theaters now and opens across the country next Friday.